Story 1. My boyfriend asked for a paternity test for our child. As soon as the results come and show he's the father, I'm leaving him. I'm a new mom to a baby boy who is my pride and joy, and though it's been a roller coaster adjusting to taking care of a baby, the past few months have been great. Tiring, but great. I have a boyfriend of 3 years who is the first person relationship-wise I have ever loved, and I thought we were doing great as new parents, but also as partners. Friday, he came home and he asked me for a paternity test. Just like that. It was completely out of the blue. I was putting away the dishes, and he asked for one, like he was asking what's for dinner. I'm a different race from him, but our child, apart from the skin tone, is literally his mirror image from pictures I had seen of him when he was a baby. I was stunned when he asked, and his reasons were that he had to be sure he was the father. He had to have that certainty. All I remember as he was speaking is just immediately feeling pain. The man I love doesn't trust me. He would actually believe that I would smash someone else, cheat on him, and then try to pass off another man's baby as his. I have never, ever given him a reason to think that I would cheat on him. I have tried to be transparent and communicate, and it wasn't enough. He told me he would give me time to think about this, that he wouldn't go behind my back and do this test, but for our relationship to move forward, he needs to be 100% sure. He repeated this because, in his words, he needed me to realize how serious he was. After thinking for a couple of days, I'm going to allow him this paternity test because I have nothing to hide. I never cheated, and I would have never cheated on him. Once it's been proven that he's the father, I'm ending it, leaving the same day, and I'm going to try my best to be a cooperative co-parent with him. In the meantime, I'm coming up with my exit plan, a place to live, and a lawyer to work out a custody arrangement in court. I can't even tell my family or my friends right now because they would go nuclear, and my first priority is our child. I hope the test was worth it to him. I'm not asking for advice or reassurance or to explain his side. I'm just realizing this part of my life is now over. What a way to start the new year, huh? We've dealt with this story before. I guess guys are just really nervous at some points. There have been stories where there have been women that have lied, and guys have been on the hook for a child that is not theirs for years, and they feel betrayed. And now it's the other way around. And I don't know why this guy was thinking for any reason that this child isn't his. But it's just the role you play. I mean, it just shows that you really have to be able to trust someone that you're with to make sure. Otherwise, stuff like this will just blow up in your face, either way. Story 2. My wife pretended to be me and did my work while I was sick. We're both software engineers working from home, which is why this was even possible to pull off in the first place. I'm a full-stack developer while she's a front-end developer, but she pretty much has all the knowledge she needs to do the same work as I do. She would sometimes sit with me while I would work and help me debug lines and lines of code, which I appreciate a lot, and I do the same in return when I can. But today, she really surprised me. So I caught a nasty cold last night, and I didn't take a sick day off today because my team and I have a lot of pressure from our boss to complete our current project as soon as possible. I told my wife this, and she told me to just focus on getting better, and she'd handle the rest. I should mention that her job doesn't require her to work at any particular time. She's just given a task or two to complete, and since she's efficient, she'd finish within a couple of hours and be free for the rest of the day. Today, she was free all morning, so she locked herself in my office and started doing my work. She made an excuse in my team's group chat pretending to be me, saying I lost my voice so I can't hop on a voice call, and they fell for it. She made me breakfast and told me I couldn't come into the office for the rest of the workday, so here I am lounging on my sofa with a wet cloth on my forehead, a box of tissues next to me, and the biggest fracking smile on my face. Now, see, this is a relationship that works. People trust each other, they look out for each other, and this is awesome. And, it's kind of sad that in about 5 years, AI is going to replace programmers, it seems, but thankfully this can happen and they can cover for each other. Hopefully, their total comp together is really building a nest egg for them.
Please like and subscribe if you made it this far. I hope you'll enjoy the rest of the video and have a wonderful day.
Story 3. Director told me I had to prove myself for a promotion. So I proved myself to another company for a 25% base pay increase and double the bonus. So 8+ years ago, I used to work as a business analyst for a large multinational construction materials company. I was a good employee. They were a great employer. I had been given 2 promotions in my time there and been moved to several domains in the IT department. I learned a lot. A role came up to be a senior business analyst within a new domain, and for various reasons, I was denied the promotion. Not a big deal. I understood the reasons. I really did. I wasn't bitter. A more deserving external candidate 100% got the position. I was still given the opportunity to work in that domain. Great learning opportunity. A few successful projects later in the new domain, I asked if I could organically be promoted to a senior business analyst. And by successful delivery, I mean my business partner going to another director in IT who had a stake in that domain saying, "Where has he been all my life?" So I had definitely done good, if not great. My manager spoke with my director, and the response was, "Well, he needs to prove himself." I had to laugh. Don't get me wrong, my director was a great guy. He, after all, did promote me twice and gave me the opportunity to learn all these various new domains of the business. Nothing against him. The explanation just ticked me off. I would have been satisfied with, "There's no budget this year," or "I don't think I'll get approval for an in-place promotion." HR was one of the domains I supported, so I know how things go. So I kept learning the new domain and started applying for various jobs outside the company. Took a few months, but one role finally clicked. Current job? $88,000 plus 15% bonus paid annually. New job? $110,000 plus 30% bonus paid annually. Director wanted me to prove myself. I just proved my worth to another company. Got a $22,000 raise on my base and doubled my bonus percentage. My manager then comes and asks me, "So was there anything we could have done to keep you, like make you a senior?" Well, I only started looking because they said no to being promoted. Otherwise, I was and still am happy here. The money is hard to turn down, though. In hindsight, I'm glad they denied me the promotion. I would have never left that company otherwise and not been on my current career trajectory. Yep, even when things are going great within the company, always be on the lookout for other opportunities because you never know when things are going to go south. This didn't go south, and this is one of the most polite and congenial switching of jobs I think I've read so far. Everything was great. They liked people. He didn't even bring up the way they said they denied him the promotion. He didn't have any axe to grind or revenge to enact. Just, "Hey, I found another position, and I was honest, and, the money is kind of hard to turn down." Story 4. Try to lecture me? Get arrested. I'm not sure if this counts as petty or even revenge, since I've never met anyone so determined to dig themselves into a hole. It all started when I was picking up my daughter from school. I parked on the street with the driver's side of the car on the street side and the passenger side near the sidewalk. Important. The kid I was picking up has her car seat behind the driver's seat. so I had to stand in the street to buckle her in. Then I opened the driver's door, got in, and reached for the door to close it. I had almost closed it. It was only a little ajar when a Honda Civic plowed into it so hard that the door sliced into the Civic's bumper. The other driver backed up until I could fully open my door again, and I saw the Civic was maybe 8 inches from my car. Who drives so close to parked cars? Usually, I would just exchange info and that would be it. But the guy gets out and has a huge attitude. He starts lecturing me, saying I need to look around before opening my door and that he had no time to react. If I had taken more time to get in, he would have hit me. He definitely could have avoided me. The street is not narrow, and there's not even a sidewalk on the other side. Plenty of room. We start to exchange information, and I think I smell alcohol on his breath. My husband soon arrived with our other daughter because I called and let him know what happened. The guy tries to give my husband the whole "women drivers, am I right?" spiel, and my husband verbally tears him a new butthole. My husband confirms he also smelled alcohol, so we called the cops. The other guy is super for it. He wants the cops called and wants to talk to them. Cool. My girls are running around the schoolyard as each of us gives our statements. Mine is pretty cut and dry, so soon husband and I are just standing around while the cops talk to the driver of the Civic. Not long after, we overhear him fail the breathalyzer. So he gets arrested, and I'm driving a rental until we can see if my car can be fixed. Some guys just very willingly dig their own grave. I bet this guy was thinking he could have the cops on his side with his very outdated women drivers attitude, and that, I drive better when I've had a few drinks. It just blew up in his face so bad. Especially after failing the breathalyzer test. Story 5. My sister is turning into the biggest bridezilla, and I can't stop laughing. So a little background. I am the second youngest of 5 kids. My older siblings are 2 brothers and 1 older sister, who we'll call X for the purposes of this post. X and I have a 5-year age gap. As a result, we never really had that sisterly bond you would expect most sisters have. Growing up, I was always a burden to her, and any time it was my turn to pick the family movie, or really anything, she would get upset. The reason being that she had control issues as early as 9. So I'm guessing you can already see where I'm going with this. I'm currently 18, about to turn 19, woohoo! And X turned 24 earlier this year. Her boyfriend Y proposed to her at a family beach day earlier in June of this year. It was one of those big white letters and rose petals proposals, which she set up before my family arrived. She was thrilled, said yes, and my parents were very happy along with my older siblings. The youngest is 4, so I don't think she understood what was happening. Now here's the drama. Since the proposal, she has gone into full bridezilla mode. At the behest of my mom, X made me a bridesmaid. So I'm roped into all the hogwash. So far, these are the demands my dear sister has made. All bridesmaids are to pay for their own dress, a $300 dress in blush pink, shoes, hair, and makeup. All bridesmaids need to attend all wedding and bachelorette events, including A, the bachelorette spa day, $800 each, B, the bachelorette vacation weekend to Toronto and stay at the Fairmont Hotel, a $1,000 weekend just for the hotel, C, the dress appointments, even if just for the bride, all alterations covered by the person themselves, $300 dress plus approximately $300 alterations, etc. D, all things to do with weddings, cake, venue, catering, etc., they need to attend. The cake and food tasting, they all need to pay $25. E, the guests and the bridal and groom party need to pay $150 to reserve their spots. And gifts have to be either cash, check, or from the list of registry items. She has a spreadsheet of what everyone is gifting and has said she will return items that aren't from her registry or match her theme. My mom says it's bride anxiety. I say it's just my sister trying to control everything because she wants a December wedding on a ski hill. Bleh. Anyway, I figured if people are interested, I could update periodically on what happens. Thanks for reading. Yeah, we want to know what happens. Who is going to... At this point, if you're going to pay that much, hopefully you're getting married yourself. I mean, this is just ridiculous what they're trying to control. Are the parents not paying for anything at all on this? I mean, just really? And who is going to be handling the money for this? I mean, it sounds like she's making deals with all of these people, the resort, the hotel, the bridal people, and like getting a cut of the action for everybody she brings in to pay for this stuff.
Please leave your story in the comments. I would love to make a video on them in the future. Also, don't forget to like and subscribe.